What up, gang? Titus, not the experts in the building. Arch Manning announced that he is going to the University of Texas. This has been like a big thing about where he's going to go. It's his last name is Manning, and people say he's good at football. I don't know, whatever. But what he's shown me is to go to the Texas Longhorns in 2022, like to choose to play there, is that he has the decision making of Eli Manning, which is not good. It's very not good quarterback. But hey, he went through Super Bowls. It's very not good quarterback. So Arch Manning's already showing poor decision making that he clearly got from his uncle Eli. So we'll see what his future holds because he's already making very terrible decisions. So we're gonna deal with what Texas is back for another 3 months, and then Arch Manning's gonna play. They're gonna lose a lot. They're gonna lose to Kansas again, and then it'll be Texas isn't back. He signed up for the Texas Back Marathon. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, Arch Manning, whatever. I'm over this Arch Manning guy. I'm over this whole hullabaloo about this kid. Like, sure, I mean, he might be fine. I'm not cheering against the kid. I'm not that vindictive. But this media hullabaloo about this guy, because his last name is Manning, so everything he did got inflated as if he was, like, really great because his last name is Manning. Like, yeah, come on. Get out of here. Get out of here, man.
All I wanted were some sunny days, but they never seemed to come to me. Tried to get him out his dungarees, never got past having lunch with me. It's just funny how in some degree funny people seem to fucking reek like CK's other hand that's not touching on the telephone. Keep it bouncing like...
The man you just heard seething, snarling, and slandering Arch Manning through a telephone was my colleague, co-host, and more importantly, friend, Titus Majors. Hello, folks. I'm Levi Evans, and I am the other co-host of Not the Experts. I'm going to get to Titus's slandering of Arch Manning in a second. First, I want to say thank you to everyone who is listening right now. We got a great episode. I'm going to talk about a few different things, including an interview with one of LaGrange College Baseball's best in history, USA South All-Conference player, also NCAA Division III first team All-American, McKinley Erves. He's going to talk about his experience at LaGrange College, in particular this year, them making it to the College World Series through some turmoil along the way. Also, his plans going forward, so you guys will not want to miss that. Also, we're going to discuss Kyrie Irving and John Wall's latest moves. That will be after the interview. And Titus has some more slandering to do. Not in Arch Manning's way, but someone in the NBA. Someone who's been in his crosshairs for a while now and is in association with someone who's been in his crosshairs for even longer. So we'll get to that in a second. But first, let me address Arch Manning committing to Texas. I wasn't surprised. Apparently, the entitled fans of the Georgia Bulldogs were, of course, they were surprised. You know, why wouldn't Arch Manning want to come to Georgia? Can't he see we're the best program ever? I mean, we won last year. We've got a title now. First hot take, let me deliver it. Arch Manning would have gone to Georgia if Georgia didn't win the national championship this past year. Because while Titus is right that Arch Manning is joining the Texas is Back train, Arch isn't joining that train. He is conducting it, okay? He's at the forefront of it. He's going to lead the Texas Back to Glory movement. And I'm convinced Arch would have wanted to do that at Georgia, but that's already been done now. The opportunity has been taken away, and even though Arch Manning is a legacy of a football family, possibly the greatest football family, the Mannings, and not just that, one of the highest ranked high school recruits, high school football players of all time, Arch Manning, even though he has those two things going for them, Arch is smart, and he realizes he would never be able to fill the shoes of Stetson Bennett. See, I believe Arch Manning wants to make his name synonymous with a college football program just like his predecessors in his family. If you ask anyone my age or older, name the first football player that pops up into your head when I say Tennessee football. Bang. majority's going to say Peyton Manning. And if I ask the same question, or if I ask this same demographic, one football player, Ole Miss go, probably going to be Eli or Archie, Grandpa. So I believe Arch wants to do that. I think that was part of the allure of going to Texas. And, Stetson is now, he's that guy for Georgia. He's the one who brought a title back to Athens. But not only, did he do that, he stayed. Stetson stayed. Even though he did leave one time, but he came back and then he stayed. And he overcame his height deficiency. And he stayed. He's a real dog. Stetson Bennett. So that's one reason why Arch wanted Texas. I'm telling you right now, if you heard anyone say, and I've heard many of them, so if you've heard anyone say that part of the reason why Arch Manning went to Texas is because of NIL money, that person you're listening to is stupid, and you should never let them enter your ear canals again. Okay? Meh, Texas oil money, NIL money, meh. Look, Arch Manning could go to freaking LaGrange College. No offense, LaGrange College. He'd go to a D3 school, whatever, anywhere he wanted to go to, and the man could rack up as much NIL money as he wanted to because he's freaking Arch Manning. That's so stupid to say that Texas NIL money is the reason why he went. No. Oh, and also, third reason, Arch Manning respects Steve Sarkisian as a quarterback coach, offense schemist. Georgia has Todd Monken and Kirby Smart. I get it. Kirby Smart doesn't have much to do with offense, but Todd Monken. I was looking down Todd Monken's Wikipedia page today because, I had one Georgia fan say, well, we have Todd Monken. He's good at developing quarterbacks. So I went through the resume, and the one thing that Todd Monken really got good credit for was when he was the offensive coordinator at Oklahoma State in the air raid, and he turned Justin Blackmon into a first, second round NFL draft pick. And dude lasted 2 seasons in the NFL. Todd Monken's last 2 jobs were the offensive coordinator position at Tampa Bay when they were booty, and then he got kicked to the curb when Bruce Arians came in, and then his very next job he picked up was offensive coordinator under Freddie Kitchens at Cleveland, and we all know how that ended. 1 season and done. Trash. And then he goes to Georgia. Todd Monken has nothing on his resume that would wow Arch Manning and think, yeah, this guy can help develop me. So yeah, 3 reasons right there. Wanting to make his name synonymous with a football program. Because Texas is overdue. When you think of Texas football, if I were to ask you the same question about, as Tennessee, Ole Miss, let's say Texas football go, a lot of us, including me, I think of Vince Young. And why? Vince Young was the last one to get a Heisman and the last one to get a ring for Texas. Oh, and guess what? He's the last one besides Quinn Ewers, this Ohio State transfer. He's the last one to have a perfect composite score, recruiting composite score. So it's all written in the Texas tumbleweeds and the Texas cotton stalks. I don't know. It's written in the dirt in Texas. The Texas train being conducted by Arch Manning. Are they going to win a title? I don't know. But I think this will be a good 2 years for Texas, when Arch is playing. And definitely goes to the NFL early. All right, well, like I said, interview coming up with McKinley Erves. Oh, wait, let me go back. One thing. I'm sorry. I haven't told y'all why I think Arch Manning and why I think Titus is wrong about Arch Manning being overrated, and why I think he's properly rated, and why I think Arch Manning will be the best Manning of all the Mannings. And that's because Arch Manning isn't just interested in bringing back glory to a program. He's not just interested in bringing back the glory to Austin, Texas. He's also interested in bringing back glory to his family name. And you may be thinking, bringing back glory to his family name? I mean, the Mannings, even though they're out of the NFL, they've got all the glory in the world. Have you not watched the Manning cast? It's glorious. I'm talking about the Cooper lineage specifically. Cooper, the brother in the shadows, the castaway, the sideline sitter, the one whose football career was ended early at the age of 18 due to spinal bifida. I don't think I said that right, and I don't even think that's what he had, but it was something to do with his spine and how it narrowed and made him feel tingly inside. Some of us just call that drugs and hallucinogens, but apparently there's a medical term for it, and it can be genetic or something. But the past 3 decades have been about 2 Manning brothers, Peyton and Eli, while Big Brother sits in the back. But guess what, people? These next 3 seasons, or decades, are all about soup with Coop. And we're going to be getting fed all you can eat bowls of vengeance. Revenge soup. Sopa de venganza. All you can eat. Sip, sip, sip. Drink, drink, drink. Spoon, spoon, spoon. Arch, arch, arch. He's here to avenge what his father couldn't have. Or to take what his father couldn't have. And to restore glory to the older brother's name. It all lines up, people. Cooper had to sit or not play. So Arch could be the best. That's the only way it could happen. It's the only way it can happen. So, in 30 years, we're going to be thinking, wow, Cooper Manning. Some seed, huh? Coop. Yeah, but what about Peyton and Eli? What'd they do? Did they produce 8-time Super Bowl champion in Arch? No. They've got like 3 rings between them. 4 rings between them. Alright, let me get off this. Interview coming up. Don't expect it to be that great on my part, but Mac was a great guest. Very nice dude. I really enjoyed talking to him. So I hope y'all enjoy that. But before we get to it, I'm going to kick it to Titus real quick. Titus, sir, take it away.
I want to raise awareness to a problem in the NBA that I feel like people aren't paying attention to, and it is the fact that there's a Bernie Madoff in the ranks, and he's using draft picks. There's a Bernie Madoff in basketball, and his name is Samuel Presti. I don't know if it's Samuel, but call him Sam. So, side note, if somebody's name is Samuel, they got to be like a second or third, right? Like, there's no like first Samuels being created out here anymore, right? Like Bob was a long time ago, right? There's no more first Samuels, right? Like, if your name is Samuel, you're like a second or a third, right? So Samuel Presti, possibly the third. He is out here just collecting draft picks every year with this guy. More draft picks. I got more draft picks. Hey, every year he comes to the draft. The media hypes it up like, hey, the Thunder got a lot of picks. He makes a pick. The next year happens. He makes more picks. Every year it's like, yeah, 3 more years will be good. And then when it's time to pay up on the rent, on the 3-year rent, he's like, hey, 2 more years. 2 more years is going to be good. I got 13 more draft picks now. That's more picks. And the media just sits there like, yeah, okay, see, yeah, look at them. Yeah, you know, they got SBA and you know, they're just good. You know, they just give them time. Give them time. How much time do you need, Samuel? How much time is enough time, Samuel? Look, this dude's been a fraud forever, right? He drafted 3 MVPs, struck lightning 3 times, and now he's just moving the goalposts down further and further and further, hoping to just catch a blessing by tanking miserably, creating a miserable tanking team every single year that just gets worse and worse, just to keep hoping to get that pick. When that type of lottery again next year, I want to hear it. At some point, I want the truth to be brought out. You know what? Better yet, I want Sam Presti's rights taken away. I want the Supreme Court case ruled on Sam Presti's rights to draft picks. They're busy. They like dealing with everybody else's rights. Take away his right to draft picks. How about that? Do your job, Supreme Court. Save basketball media from this con man, from this Bernie Madoff character, Sam Presti, and remove his right to draft. Do your job. Don't be a coward. And you want to know how I know Samuel Presti knows he's a con man? Sam Presti, possibly the third, knows he's a con man. You want to know how I know how he's the Bernie Madoff of basketball? Because this man just drafted Jalen Williams, Jalen, and Jalen Williams, Jaylin, in the same draft. Took them both in the same draft. He's just messing with you at this point. He is testing the laws. He is testing the intelligence of these people. He wants to see how far he can push this thing out. He wants to see how far he can go before anyone calls him out on this. But I'm here. I'm here to call him out. I will not accept it. I will take a stand. If I have to stand alone against the tank, I will stand alone against this con man. Where were you? Where were you when the revolution began? Where were you when the draft pick revolution began? I was 10 toes down.
Hello everyone, it's me again. Should have mentioned this earlier, but if you are listening to us on Apple or Spotify, please go hit that subscribe button, or if you're on Apple, the follow button, which is that little plus at the top right hand corner. That goes a long way. Me and Titus, we don't even ask y'all to really listen to us. As long as if you just want to support in some way, just at least follow us or subscribe to us. Also, go to our YouTube page. You can follow us there, and go on our Instagram. Follow us there. Our LINKTREE is there to our YouTubes, our Apple, Spotify, a bunch of things like that. Our TikTok. Go follow us anywhere you can. We've got more interviews on the way and things like that, and more content as always. Without further ado, here is USA South All-Conference player, NCAA D3 First Team All-American, and Northwoods League All-Star, McKinley Erves. All right, so I'm joined by McKinley Erves, also known as Mac. I can call you Mac, right? That's what you go by?
Absolutely.
All right, so Mac, you are just graduated from LaGrange College?
Just finished.
So just finished up. You are the star of the LaGrange baseball team. Well, many have said that. Also, y'all just made it to the furthest y'all have ever made it in LaGrange College baseball history. Made it all the way to the College World Series in Cedar Rapids. Y'all won conference, correct?
Oh, yeah, fifth year in a row.
Fifth year in a row. I was going to ask how many years it's been. So LaGrange College has had really good baseball teams over the past years. And so for y'all to accomplish that says a lot. So first, that's when I ask you that is what you thought about this season and how much that meant to y'all. I know y'all fell a game short of making it to the championship game. Y'all got so close. So first, I just want to ask what the season meant to you and how big of an accomplishment that was for the whole team.
Well, this season, man, it was a wild ride, honestly. Starting off the year, we were at one point like 17-1, I think, or no, I think we had a wild win streak, and we had 20-something wins and only one loss, and from that point, I was like, okay, yeah, this team is a lot different than the ones I've been on, because normally we had a slow start and picked it up in the end of the year, but
sorry to interrupt, but y'all were ranked number 1 in D3, correct?
Yeah, we're ranked number 1 nationally in Division III by the ABCA, or no, the College Writers Association. And, for us to be ranked, that was honestly the highest that I've ever, or that we've been ranked since I've been on the team. So for us to, reach that, it was something special, man. I'll tell you that. And, this season, for it being my last year, just for us to go all the way, we've been, me and the seniors that graduated this year, we've been talking about since freshman year, what it'd be like to play on the big stage, play for the College World Series. And for us to finally get there, man, it was something special. I honestly say that. We had a great group of guys this year, and each year, it feels like the team just, starts to click a lot, like more and more as the years go on. And I've never felt more connected, to a team that I've ever played for until this year. And this year was really special. And it meant a lot to me, for my final game to, be in the College World Series. Like that that honestly meant the world. So.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, I also want to ask, what was the mood among the team? Because I know that had to be a tough loss. Y'all are just, one or I think 2 wins away from reaching
Yeah.
the final, the World Series. Just take me through the emotions of that, having the season end. I'm sure y'all are riding high. Best accomplishments so far, and but just tell me how that felt that night.
Yeah. So the final game, I mean, we lost to Eastern Connecticut, who ended up winning the whole thing.
Yeah,
But throughout the game, like the first time we played them, we knew we could beat them. We were just, a couple of hits shy of, taking the lead and keeping it. But the last game, everything just didn't go our way, and throughout it, I was just thinking like, dang, is this really it? This is really it. And you could tell a lot of other guys were thinking that too. But we didn't want to be pessimistic. We wanted to, because we're always a team that fights. We always, even when we're down, we never panic. But when we ended up getting down 8-1, that's when we were like, okay, like, well, that's what I was thinking. This probably is going to be it. And so I told my teammates, I was like, let's just have as much fun as possible, no matter what happens. And we were doing that. I mean, we were laughing, we were yelling, cheering each other on, playing as hard as we possibly could. But when that final out was made, it sucked because I was on deck. The Red Mixon, he grounded out, and that was the final out, and I was on deck, and I just saw the other team come out and do their patting each other on the back and everything, and I just lost it. I just started crying because I haven't cried like that on the field in a while, and it just you see other seniors before you, like their season ends and you feel for them, but it's different when it happens to you, and
yeah,
that was probably one of the toughest losses that I've had, just because it wasn't that we even played bad or we thought we could beat them. I mean, we knew we could beat them, but it's just baseball, man. Baseball didn't want us to win that day, and it sucked. Seeing all the guys, knowing that I wasn't going to be able to play with them ever again, but after we broke it down, and said our goodbyes, we all looked out to the field, and we said, if we're going to end our season, we're glad we did it here. I mean, we've never been here before, and for us to get to Cedar Rapids in the College World Series, it was something to be proud of.
yeah.
Even through all the tears, it was something to be really proud of.
Yeah, definitely no reason to have y'all's heads hanging low, walking away or going away from Cedar Rapids, which I have to ask, how was that experience? How is Cedar Rapids, Iowa? How are the facilities? Because, it is Division III, so I'm sure it's not Omaha. But I did see y'all got to go to the Field of Dreams, I believe. So just tell me about how the whole trip was.
So plane ride, I mean.
Y'all actually got to fly in a plane. Wow, I'm shocked.
Yeah, we actually, we got to finally get on a plane, and for some guys, it was their first flight. Sadly, we all didn't get to sit together. Most of us were like squished in the middle. Like we had the middle seat in a row, and we had some of us had like two random people sitting beside each other. Some of us like were grouped in a pair, but like most of us were just like smack dab in the middle. But I mean, to be on a plane ride with the team, I mean, you see a bunch of the big schools, hop on planes just to go play, and it was really cool. Just being in the airport. I will say that was a lot of walking. I had to do with I had my personal bag, and then I had my bat bag with me, so it was a lot of walking with that stuff. But other than that, the experience of going through the airport, it was pretty cool. Then getting to Cedar Rapids, charter buses, and then we stayed in a pretty sick hotel. It was like 18, 19 floors, smack dab in the middle of the city.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Yeah, and then we ate some really good food there, and then going to Veteran Memorial Stadium, it was pretty cool because like that was we played in the regional, we played in some big stadiums before, but that was by far, as far as like the seats and the atmosphere, it was probably the best experience. Just having all those top tier teams, and people just coming out and supporting us and everybody that was playing. And the opening ceremony we had the day before the game started. They fed us food, and we all got to go out on the field of each team, and they called our names and introduced us, and they even had when they called us out, they had a special tribute for Bart and Brownie, who were two of our teammates that passed away in a car accident about a month ago. And but yeah, overall, it was just like a good experience. They called out the All-Americans. Shout out Joe Ruth being first team All-American. And then when the game started, granted, it was the stadium for the Cedar Rapids Colonels, so I think that's low A. So it wasn't like the top tier, like hitting facilities, but it was still cool to be able to have a locker room underneath, the stadium, and have batting cages underneath, and then being able to go straight from the locker room, walk through a tunnel, and pop out into the dugout. That was cool. And overall, it was just a great experience. It was, I definitely won't stop talking about this to the other guys that come in, or to even my kids that I have like some years down the future. It was just overall a great experience, and I'm glad we finally got there, honestly.
Tell me a little bit, how was the Field of Dreams experience though? And were you have you ever seen the movie before?
So funny enough, I've never seen the movie. I actually had to watch it. I actually had to watch it after we left, but yeah, and it sucks because I was thinking, I've seen like clips of the Field of Dreams, and they have like the big corn in the background. I saw the games where the Yankees played the Cubs in the stadium over there. But since what I was told was since it's August, the corn isn't in season, so it's pretty much just like flat. But we even toured the house, so being able to just be in that atmosphere, it was actually kind of cool for me not to even see the movie. I had a couple of my teammates were just geeking out. They were like, "Oh, this is what was in the movie. Like, yo, this is so cool and everything." And also the field. I mean, it was a pretty decent field. Like they keep up with it very well. And we weren't even the only ones there. You had a bunch of dads with their kids, out in the field, just running the bases, playing catch, and it was honestly pretty cool. Honestly, just to see all of it. And watching the movie actually, kind of like some of the things that the tour guide pointed out, and I was able to see in the movie. I was like, oh, that's the same TV that was there, or that's the same kitchen set. And
yeah, I'm sure that definitely helped set the experience more for you afterwards watching the movie. I definitely would have been one of those teammates geeking out over it. But I mentioned at the top of the interview that I am speaking to one of the greatest LaGrange College baseball players, or one of the best guys to wear the uniform. I'm not the only one who says it. A bunch of people say it. And also, I'm trying to pull up stats here, which you can just tell us, because you finished number one in 4 different categories in LaGrange College baseball history?
Yeah, I was first in hits, on base percentage, and what was the other one?
Let's see. On base runs scored.
Oh yeah, runs scored. That's honest. That's a big one. Coach Nick, who's our hitting coach and assistant coach, that's his favorite stat. I mean, he told me he wanted to break the record before the year even started. So,
really?
Yeah. So he was real proud of me for breaking that one. And then I was second in walks and triples all time, and fourth in batting average, and I think RBIs too. So
you were, the 166 RBIs. I was reading, I saw Ethan Strang, he did an article on you in LaGrange Daily News in my light little research I did. And I learned a bunch of things in that article. It was a really good article. I learned that, LaGrange College was the only offer for you. And before even reading that article, one of my questions for you was going to be, what made you decide to go to LaGrange College? And then I kind of learned, well, that was really your only option. Seeing the success that you've had in your career, and then knowing that you only had one offer, did you even, was baseball even a big thing for you in high school? Did you really want to pursue it in college? And did you even think you could be as successful as you were in college?
Well, so growing up, I mean, baseball, no. it was the second sport I played. Soccer was the first. And growing up, I played football, soccer, basketball, and baseball.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things where I was, growing up, I was an athletic kid and I like competing and, playing those sports, got me a chance to, go out there and compete. But going into high school, I really wanted to play football. I mean, I wanted to play football for the Auburn Tigers and really wanted to be a running back. And that's honestly like from freshman year up until my junior year, that was my main passion. But obviously, the growth spurt didn't happen. And, I was probably like one of the smallest kids out there. So it really didn't work out in my favor. But baseball was still one of those things that, I was still good at because, basketball didn't work out. And down the road, I just really didn't like playing soccer. So yeah, baseball is one of the things I stuck with. And after my junior year, I really just decided, okay, like, I wanted to continue to compete and, play sports. I mean, granted, baseball wasn't my first option, but I still like playing it. So after my junior year, playing on different travel teams, trying to get seen. And in high school, funny enough, in high school, my junior year, I didn't start until my senior year. My junior year, I was playing behind a top 100 draft prospect. They ended up going to Washington University to play.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I was playing behind him and a bunch of other studs on our team. And so I really didn't even get to start till my senior year. So that obviously hindered my recruiting process. But I just stuck with it. And I went to a bunch of different camps and, I had coaches tell me I wasn't good enough, but I could try playing somewhere else. And I had some coaches say, you can try out, or you can walk or get here academically and try out for the team and you could probably make it. But Coach Kelton, so how I did it was I would email different colleges, different coaches with the major that I wanted to pursue. And I would email them. And Coach Nick actually emailed me right back the same night and said, text me at this number and I'll give you a call. So I texted him, he called me, and he said he wanted me to come to a camp. So I said, okay, all right. Thinking it was one of those like, okay, I'm just going to go to the camp. They're probably going to see how I play and, tell me, best of luck or give me some walk-on offer or whatever. So I showed up. And after the camp, Coach Nick comes up to me and says, hey, have you ever been on a visit? I was like, no. He said, okay, well, how's next week? And I said, all right, sure. And then go on my visit. And I told Coach Kellen this when, before we all left. I said, he was the first person. He was not the first. He was the only person that told me that he wanted me to play for him. Out of all the coaches that, said, oh, you can try out for the team, but, it wasn't set in stone. He was only coach that said, we want you here. I want you to play for me. And he didn't sugarcoat it either. He said, you get here, you might play, you might not. It depends on how hard you work. I said, okay, all right, I'm down. And from then on, it was just a dream come true, really. So.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, I want to ask more about Coach Kelton because I'd read in that article that he said that they saw a lot of potential in you and that's why they wanted to offer you, along with, I'm sure, their coaching, refining your skills, all that. You got other guys around you too who are very talented, who Coach Kelton identified, and the rest of the coaching staff, they were able to recruit. And Coach Kelton, since day one, he stepped on campus, which I think was my freshman year. I may be wrong on that, but the program was laughable before he got there. And then now y'all are making it to the first World Series this year. Y'all won 5 conference titles in a row. Share with me what makes him so successful, or what makes him, have the ability to put together a good team. What's the secret sauce behind Coach Kelton's success?
Well, the thing is, Coach Kelton he's all about the process. I mean, he played in the big leagues. He was drafted out of high school. And, working way up to the big leagues is not some get rich quick, or it's not some quick process. You have to really work to be able to get to that level. And, he knew. I mean, when he came in, like you said, the program was laughable. I mean, he even told me one time that, Berea College, they're the laughing stock right now in our conference. And he said before he got here, when he was an assistant, that's what they were. They were the laughing
Yep.
stock of the team, or of the conference. So he knew that to build a program up, he needed guys that, would be committed to playing, baseball the right way, playing hard, not taking shortcuts, doing all the little things right, and just trusting the process and, working hard. And that's honestly what it is. Like, obviously when he first got here, the first 2 seasons were rough, but since then, it's just been an uphill climb. And Coach Kellen is one of those guys where if you show him that you can be consistent in how you play every day, then he'll ride for you 100 times out of 10. Honestly,
Yeah.
He's just honestly that great of a coach. And another thing that helps our team be the team that we are is he relies on us seniors a lot, because before he was trying to find that core group of those that would buy into the program. And as years went on, more people would buy in, we would win more, he would bring more people in, they'll buy into the program. So, and then, like this year, everybody was just bought in, and he relies on those seniors to, uphold that standard. He always talks about a standard. And his standards are through the roof. I'll tell you that. His standards are through the
I was
damn
gonna
roof.
ask that if you would consider him a demanding or a high standard coach.
No, he is so demanding. I mean, it don't matter if it's like, his best hitter or his worst hitter, or his best pitcher or his worst pitcher. He does not care if you lower the standard at all. When, like, it could be something as small as not picking up trash in the locker room or having your locker dirty. He will run you. I mean, like, it's there's no questions about it. Like, you can't convince him. You can't do there was a point last year where we actually got kicked out of practice because and even this year, I mean, like this year, the first College World Series team, ranked number 1 in the nation, we drop a game to Rose during spring break, and he makes us run sprints right after the game.
Wow.
We didn't even lose that bad. The score was like what, 8-7, I think.
Yeah.
We lost, and he still ran us after the game, and like, because he knew that the way we played just wasn't up to the standards that we have built. And so he was like, all right, I'm gonna punish y'all. So he's like one of those guys. And honestly, I couldn't be more thankful for him to be as a coach, because not only did he teach me how to like do things the right way, he also taught me how to handle adversity. Because obviously when he first came in, like you said, laughing stock. I mean, they were losing left and right, and the first 2 seasons weren't even winning seasons. So he knows a lot about adversity. And for him to be able to, teach us that, hey, once you get punched in the mouth, it's not time to roll over. It's time to, buckle up and, get after it. For him to be able to teach us that is honestly quite amazing. And for him to get the whole team like that, not just one player, not just the starting 9 and a couple of pitchers, the whole team. He's a real great coach. I will say that.
It definitely seems like, and I know you saying he's demanding, I definitely heard that a lot amongst my peers when I was in college there. But just the way you described him, and I'm sure you could appreciate this with that shirt on, but it sounds like he attended some Nick Saban coaching clinics.
Oh, look, I will tell you, he is a big Alabama fan.
Oh, he is.
He is a big Alabama fan. And, we give each other crap all the time about it, especially during football season.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, if there was a coach that was the Nick Saban of Division III, he is that coach. He is that coach, honestly.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, because I was actually going to ask you before all this. I saw you're from Huntsville, so I was going to ask if you were Auburn or Alabama. Unfortunately, you're Auburn. I'm an Alabama fan, so I just want to give you a hard time on that.
No, you're good. You're good, man.
I got a couple of other things I want to ask you. Another thing I learned in this article is that you're actually colorblind.
Yeah, I am colorblind. I didn't find out until I was 16, but I've been living with it my whole life, and like even when I bring it up to like even when I first brought it up to some of my teammates and like other friends, they'd be like, "No, you're not." And I'm like, "Yeah, I actually am." And like, I mean, it's something that I live with, so I didn't think of it anything different. And
I guess some of your friends ended up believing you because they bought you some of those glasses, right? The ones that correct color blindness.
Yeah, honestly, did not expect them to buy those at all. It was for my 22nd, and honestly, it was just like one of those where like I said, I was shocked, and they brought them out, and the next day I wore them outside, and I mean, obviously, I saw all the videos of like people seeing color for the first time. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, and then, but I'm thinking like, okay, like it can't be that serious, and then I put them on, I was like, oh, okay, well, it is
Yeah.
that serious. So, but I'm thankful for them. They're honestly the best friends I could ever have. We've been together since high school, so.
Yeah.
And we're still
That's,
together now and still rolling and still kicking. So,
dude, that's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that. And they took a video of you too, right? And you went viral.
yeah, I went viral. It was funny because so they took the video and then I posted on Twitter just like, showing like, hey, like these are how great my friends are. And the next morning, I like feel my phone buzzing and I'm thinking it's my alarm. And then I'm like, okay. So I like, do the thing where you have sleep, click the lock button, it'll go away. And then, but it kept doing it. So then I opened my eyes, turn my phone on, and literally just notification after notification. And I think it ended up getting like 2 million views on Twitter and like some 100,000 retweets and about like 500,000 likes and stuff. So it was honestly really cool just for that to happen.
No, dude, that is a pretty cool experience. I would love to have a viral video one day. So you couldn't see green, right? You were mainly red and green colorblind.
Yeah.
Dude, that makes me sad because my favorite part of baseball, especially going to a major league game, is walking out of the tunnel and out onto the field, or where you can see the field and the green. Like that's my favorite, the popping of the green. So I'm glad you can experience that now.
Yeah, honestly, when I put them on, I won one time at the field, and obviously, like for me, so if to give you like a visual, so for me, our red jerseys are the same color as our dirt. So when I put them on, I was like, yo, these jerseys are just bright. Like these are bright red. And then I looked at the grass, and I was like the green is really green.
Yeah.
If I were to describe what I saw as like green is really green. Like,
it's like someone's been lying to me this whole time. This is what green's actually like. Yeah. Something else as I was reading down, and I was going to ask you, what's next for you now that you're graduated and your college career is done. I saw in the article that Coach Kelton, who you've already mentioned, is a former major leaguer, played for the Cubs. He believes you have what it takes to get to the next level and sort of said he wants you to pursue it and thinks some teams should give you a chance out there for the minors. Is that your plan? Are you pursuing that right now?
Yeah. So my plan right now is to go up to the Northwoods. Again, I played there last summer. Ended up being an all-star. I was there on a 10-day contract and worked my way back into the actual roster and did well enough that I was the Northwoods League all-star. And I think I finished with the 10th highest batting average in the league. So they wanted me back up there again this summer, and I hope I can just go up there, work my butt off again, and do the same thing I did last summer. Hopefully, a team takes a chance on me. That's honestly, like, even if it's just indie ball,
Yeah.
Well, I would really be thankful for that to even happen. But if all else fails, I just go back to making hype videos for somebody else, or even LaGrange, if they want me back. So
awesome, man. I hope you make it. Definitely going to be cheering for you. Who's your dream team? If you were to make it to the majors, who's your favorite baseball team?
So my favorite baseball team is actually the Pirates. We're doing good this year. We're doing good this year. But
why the Pirates?
That was my first ever T-ball team, and I had when I first got into T-ball and baseball, my parents got me MVP baseball for PlayStation 2 for Christmas one day, and that's all who I played with. I mean,
really,
I just played with that's all who I played with, and it was one of those where I was like, it just stuck, honestly, like it just stuck, and so yeah, the Pirates are my favorite team, but I like winning. So hope like in the near future, hopefully they keep winning like they are now, and hopefully, one day be like, hey, you want to come play for us? But if not them, I would love to play for the Braves. They have an awesome fan base.
Mm-hmm.
And just being in Georgia, I want to say I'm kind of a bandwagon Braves fan, just because my teammates are Braves fans. But it's the Pirates, the Braves, and I wouldn't mind going out to LA and playing for like the Dodgers or the Angels, honestly.
I don't mean to end on more of a grim note or a somber note, but I do want to ask if it's okay. You did mention about Jacob Brown and Steven Bartolotta. Was that correct? So, yeah, they tragically passed away the night of y'all's conference championship game or after it. Could you, I didn't know him, and for many of the people in the community who didn't know them, could you just shed some light on who those guys were, how much they meant to y'all?
So they're both they're both freshmen. They're both wide-eyed freshmen coming into college and don't really, freshmen really don't know anything until they get here. So they were just still navigating their way through the college life and playing for us. And, coming to the field, Bart was always smiling. Bart was always laughing, always cracking jokes. He always had his little catchphrases, like turn up the dial or he would always say rip in it. Like, he was like, dude, I'm about to just rip this chicken quesadilla, or I'm about to rip some Z's. That's what, he was just one of those guys where you couldn't not like him, honestly. And Brownie was quiet at first, I will say. He was really quiet. But like I said, over the years, the team, our chemistry just, we just get closer and closer every year. And we took him in, honestly. Like, Brownie was just being himself, and we love Brownie. He was a goofball. At first, seeing him, he would do like the strangest things, and at first we would just be like, "Yo, what are you doing? Stop that! Like, stop being weird." But as time went on, and being around him, anytime he would do something, we would just laugh and be like, well, that's Brownie. So, those two were just a real light on this program. And for them to come in as freshmen and, perform the way they did, Bart was our game 3. Brownie was our first pitcher out the pen, as freshmen. They really impacted us a lot on the field, but off the field, it was just one of those where they're our brothers. We do anything for them, and, they do anything for us. And it was just a brotherhood, and, we welcomed them with open arms. And they were just real special kids. For them to just be freshmen and have this much of an impact just shows how special they are. And, it sucks. It was a really hard week.
I wanted to ask if you could take me behind the scenes, like that next 24 hours of y'all getting the news. And then also, y'all just had another game just a few days away as well, getting to, was it regional? And just take me through pretty much the emotions of that.
Well, we a lot hard. It was hard to process because just imagine being on the highest of highs, you could possibly be on, and then just have it all just flip upside down on its head. It was a rough night. A lot of tears were shed. Just being in that chapel and hearing the news, it didn't seem real. Like, it all literally felt like a movie. Like I was gonna wake up the next day and everything was just gonna be back to normal. And we knew we didn't want to. We knew they wouldn't want us to give up. Honestly, the way they love the game, they love to play, and they even talked about making it to the World Series. And as a team, we felt like they wouldn't want us to just roll over. They want us to keep playing and have fun. And one of the things that, comforted a lot of us is that, obviously, Bart and Brownie, they were big believers in Christ. And main things that comforted us was that, they're having a time of their life up there. And, obviously we want them to be down here with us, but we know that they're in a better place, and they probably don't even want to come back. Honestly,
yeah.
Like, imagine just wanting to go from heaven and then coming back to earth, like being in the best place you could possibly be, and then just coming back down to earth where everybody wants, because there's some place where everybody on earth wants to be someday.
Exactly.
So that comforted us, and it took some time because they were like, the first game, without them, it was weird. It was really weird. But we're a team that doesn't quit, no matter how much we get punched in the mouth, and how much adversity we're facing. That was a big test of adversity for us. I mean, we have a saying that winning is fun and losing sucks, and their loss really sucked. I mean, they're just losing them was really hard on everybody. I mean, it didn't matter if you're or how close you were to them. They were just good kids, and you wish that it didn't happen to them. And you also got to put into perspective it could have happened to any of us, because we were all together when it happened, and it could happen to any of us. So
Yeah.
it just puts everything into perspective, and we all understood that, and from then on we were just like, all right, let's just go out there and have fun. That's what they do. And that's what us to play in their memory. That's what we got to do too.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine just how tough it could have been. Unfortunately, in the line of work I kind of do on the side, I ended up there at the scene that night. I've seen a lot of that before. Stuff like that usually doesn't faze me, but even I was hitting a little bit emotionally. I didn't even know them. So, but we'll end on this. Your Instagram name is Machiavelli. Did I say that right? Is that also a stage name? Because I know you've done some music in the past. Do you still do music?
Yeah, I haven't done much music yet, just because of trying to finish school and the baseball season. But I plan to pick that up pretty soon. But yeah, it's my Instagram name, but it's also my stage name. It was given to me by a former teammate, actually, Anthony Elias, my freshman year. And that's what he always called me. So I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. So decided to stick with it.
No, I like the name. I like the music too, which I've just heard one of your songs because I'm friends with Malcolm.
Are you? Oh.
I'm a big supporter of Malcolm's music. I've always, ever since his first showcase, I heard him rap. I was like, oh, this dude's good. I've heard Best Life. I like Best Life.
Did you?
Yeah, I've got it downloaded. I know, man. So I don't even know what y'all got now, or if you have anything more recent out, but I've got that even downloaded on my Apple Music. So I'm a fan.
That's awesome. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man. Well, I appreciate you for taking the time out and doing this interview with me. Just keep doing your thing, man. I hope everything works out. So, spread the word on the podcast too.
Got you. All right. Thank you. Hey, thank you so much for having me. This was fun.
Oh, yeah. No, dude, I had a lot of fun too. Glad you enjoyed it. See you, man.
See you.
It is a late Monday night, and two big breaking news events happened in the past few hours. Two guys, 2 point guards in the NBA, seasoned veterans, who have done a lot more sitting, I would say, than playing, but have yet racked up checks like they have been playing this whole time. John Wall and Kyrie Irving. We'll start with John Wall. John Wall has just announced, or really Adrian Wojnarowski, I can never get that right on the first try. He announced or tweeted that John Wall is getting bought out of his contract. They're shaving $6 million off that $47 million deal, and they're saying he intends to sign with the Clippers. So in order for us to beat First Take, Titus, because we're recording this at almost 11 o'clock at night, it's going to be one of the first things on First Take in the morning. Are the Clippers now better than the Lakers? Are they the team of LA?
I mean, are they the team of LA? No, but are they better than the Lakers? Yes.
Okay, that's a fair answer.
The Clippers could win 3 straight championships. They can win. No, they could go on a Warriors run in 6 championships in a decade, and they would still not be the team of LA.
That is true. That was a terrible question by me. I just really
I like it though. I like it because it makes me spicy about the Clippers.
We're both in agreement though. Pairings of Kawhi, PG, and John Wall is way better than Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, and LeBron.
Yeah, I mean, without Kawhi and PG, they were almost in the playoffs this year. Regardless, right? So they're fine. They're fine.
What do you think about for the Lakers now? Because really, these were two guys they thought they had shots at. I don't know how, money-wise, I don't know how they were going to make that work. But now they're coming up empty-handed.
Kyrie was gonna walk with him $30 million, take the MLE just to make a
That's
point.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's what was gonna happen. Yeah, that's what was gonna
You want
happen.
to just go ahead and talk about Kyrie?
We can, because it ties back into the Lakers anyway. Kyrie's back with the Nets, I guess.
Shocker.
Yeah. I don't know what to do with this because someone made a point that the Nets could now trade him, and the team that gets him wouldn't be hard cap if they wanted to trade him. So the Nets could really still be like, yeah, the Nets could still really be like, yeah, but we don't want you here.
Yeah.
Like, we understand KD, yo man, but you're not our man. So
Yeah, I have a feeling there were mixed emotions when the front office received this news, because I'm sure they probably received the news about the same time we received it, which was through a Woj bomb or Shams. Yeah, Shams.
Yeah.
Well, it was a Woj bomb that Woj still got his bomb out, but Shams reported it initially. I feel like there were definitely mixed emotions, and I'm pretty sure some Nets front office guys were rolling their eyes and kind of wishing that Kyrie would have just left.
Do you think Kyrie sent them the same statement they sent to Sham Charania?
Oh, what was the statement?
Oh, you didn't say. Oh, let me see the statement. Let me go find the statement.
I'm sure.
I had it put up on my Twitter already. You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
He sent this to Shams directly. Normal people keep the world going. But those who dare to be different lead us into tomorrow. I made my decision for opt-in. See you in the fall. A11.
What does A11 mean?
I don't know. I think, is his middle name something? I thought his middle name was something. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah. I feel like it might be an homage to his Native American heritage. You know, his mom was Native American.
Yeah.
So I feel like it might be tied into that. Yeah, his middle name's Andrew, so.
Okay.
It could be that.
Is his number 11?
I think it is, yeah. Yeah, he's number 11 in Brooklyn. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, man. This Kyrie thing, like, I'm tired of dude, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of being gaslit by Kyrie Irving. I'm tired of being told that I'm the problem when it's him. It's you are the problem everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, but he's always like, but why do y'all care so much? Bro, we like sports, Kyrie. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
You're a weird character who's fascinating. I knew he was off. You know what the first signs of this for me was? It wasn't the Earth is flat thing. That was just, whatever. But when he demanded the trade out of Cleveland and went on First Take to talk about demanding a trade out of Cleveland, and then wouldn't answer any questions about why he demanded a trade out of Cleveland.
Did he do that for real?
Yes.
I don't even remember that.
Bro, he went on First Take and Max and Steve there like, so what was the issue? And Kyrie's like, as a man, why would you concern yourself with that? Why are you on the show? Why are you here? Like, you came on. That's when I'm like, wait a minute. This dude demanded a trade and then went on the network to talk about why he demanded a trade and then didn't explain it and got mad and asked about it.
Yeah.
That's like, what are we doing here? That was the first sign. That was the first sign for me. Nah, man. I don't know what to do with dude, man. But dare to be different, bro.
I mean, he's become the, most unpredictable, or the most predictable person there is, not just in the league, but really in stardom, I guess, or in the spotlight of humanity. And it is tiring. It really is. I found it entertaining at first, and I thought, hey, maybe he does know some things we don't know. But I'm convinced we might know a little bit more than Kyrie does.
Oh, for sure.
Including about himself. We may know more about Kyrie than Kyrie actually knows about Kyrie.
Bro, it's like, I feel like his mind works the way his handles work.
Oh.
Like, his handles are so beautiful and just like, it's like this beautiful dysfunction, but it's work. It's just art, and his mind is the same way. It's just crossovers.
Yeah. Well, that's the same thing. Kanye has that problem. Kanye's got a lot spinning up there, but what comes out of the mouth doesn't seem like there's a lot coming up there. But it's just because there's so much that's going on, so much traffic. It gets jammed easily.
And the thing with Kyrie is like, but Mike Jones said this years ago. Kyrie took the worst parts of LeBron and Kobe and put them together.
How was that?
he took like the Kobe system stuff from Kobe without being Kobe, and then he
Yeah.
took like LeBron passive aggressiveness and just mashed them into one person. And it's a lot. It's a lot to deal with, bro. It's so much. Like,
Yeah, and then I mean we can even throw KD in there too now, being the whole, the mysterious, I don't know, I wouldn't say soft spoken. I don't know. KD doesn't say a whole lot except for through Twitter, and it's not about him really.
you remember
Yeah,
when,
KD does the same thing.
you remember when they had during the bombs last year when they had that dinner and he had like the Key and Peele guys do the like Obama translator thing.
Oh yeah.
That's what KD is for Kyrie.
Yeah.
Like Kyrie says some nonsense and KD just translates it into a Twitter burn on somebody random.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
what Kyrie is. And
Yeah.
my favorite thing about I don't know if you heard, but it was been going around. But Logan Murdoch, I listened to the podcast. Logan Murdoch on the Rangers said that KD was having issues with Nets because he felt like they haven't tried to understand Kyrie.
No way.
Yeah. That's what Logan Murdoch reported.
It's like, don't they have enough to do, bro? Do we have to throw in, in the job requirement of understanding Kyrie while we have all this other stuff going on too?
Like, what more could they have done for Kyrie?
Exactly.
The man took PTO time off and had a birthday party.
Yes.
Like,
But they hired Steve Nash to be that guy. And I feel like Steve Nash has done the best job he can to, be the one who's understanding and the mouthpiece for that organization between Kyrie and the front office.
He's tried so hard, and he's just not a good coach. That's the thing. Like,
it's not, yeah.
He's not good, but he's decent at managing Kyrie. When the way to manage Kyrie is let him do what he wants, basically.
Exactly.
That's the biggest difference between Steve Kerr. Like, Steve Kerr lets his guys beat themselves. He's got a limit to it, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, he'll be like, hey, yo, Draymond, shut up. Like, just Draymond, but shut up, though. Like, he'll do that. Like,
yeah.
Like, see, that's just like, I mean, do you want to play today?
Mm-hmm.
I understand why you did that. I understand your actions. And I appreciate you for coming forward with them.
Yeah.
Like, that's the Steve Nash approach. Like there's no like structure. There's no like power there. It's nothing forceful.
That whole the feedback sandwich, the whole coaching feedback, or really just any feedback sandwich where you give the encouragement, the positive, and then the meat is the criticism, and then you throw another encouragement under that. Bro, I bet there's how many layers of bread do you think that Steve has to throw on that feedback sandwich before he gets to the meat?
Steve's building a club sandwich for sure. Like, he's definitely building a club sandwich. That could be between 3 and 4 pieces of bread just there.
Yeah.
Like, that's what he's building. It's got to be held together by like 4 toothpicks.
Yeah. And he's gotta bake the bread with like even more yeast, whatever gets it to rise. He's got to make sure, this bread's got to be as thick as we can make it.
Steve is like the PR person. It's like, we love your energy and the way you approach the game and how you just do your own thing all the time. It's really awesome. But sometimes the bird has to land.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? And he keeps trying to say it's like slightly more aggressive. Like, sometimes when you fly a lot, you get tired, and the nest gets lonely, and you just have to come home and land. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's like, sure, Steve. Yeah, I get it, coach. Like, okay, thanks. You're awesome. You're the best.
I feel like Kyrie is really good at receiving coaching or criticism, but in the sense that in the moment, as you're talking to him, you're thinking, oh yeah, this guy really gets it. He's absorbing this. He's going to change after this. And then literally 3 seconds later, Kyrie's back to doing the same thing. So it's like super frustrating. It was like, it seemed like you just got it, a minute ago. And then now you're still doing the same thing I was just asking you not to do.
I think Kyrie is the person you have to like plant the seed for them to think they can with the idea themselves.
Oh yeah.
Let's get Kyrie. Because they said that man asked Tyronn Lue, what does defense mean to you? And Ty Lue told him he want to play better defense. Like, what is defense?
No way.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my.
He's fine, dude. He's a meme now. He's about to look this up. What does defense mean to you? Kyrie Irving. I can't find it, but I remember seeing it a long time ago. Like,
That's
he just
great.
asked Ty Lue, what does defense mean to you? Like, all right, bro.
Do you think Kyrie did that in all his Duke classes? Whenever a teacher asked him something, he would just return it with a question.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Like that, bro, you know what? I feel like he took one philosophy class, and that's been the basis of his entire life.
Yeah. Yeah.
He took philosophy
no,
101 his 1 year at Duke, and this just should shape his entire life.
Exactly.
So
Dude, that one Duke, that 1 year at Duke ruined Kyrie, I think.
It did.
That was it.
Because he didn't even get, he only played like 8 games that year too.
Yeah.
Because he got injured early on. So like,
Kyrie was always that guy walking around on the practice court or in the basketball facilities with these thick books, and but he was never getting any progress in those books. The bookmark never moved, but it always seemed like, oh, Kyrie's reading some heavy stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Like, but you know what? I believe if he reads, he'll actually finish the book. Unlike LeBron, who's always on page 1.
That is true. That meme is so great, where they went back and found all LeBron reading, and he's on page 1 every time.
It's so funny every single time. Every time. It's so
I get it. I like what LeBron's trying to do. He's trying to send a message to the kids, read. Just, hey, don't ask me about the book, okay?
Right. Yeah, he's for sure like using it to promote books that he thinks people should read, and I respect that. But he's also not reading them. He's like, look.
Yeah.
He's like, look, I can be a billionaire playing basketball. You can't. You should read.
Exactly.
And you know what? I respect that.
No, I respect it too. But that press conference still is like one of my all-time favorites, though, about the Malcolm X book. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
My man said it's just, great man. Great book. It's just really, really good read. Yeah.
I still can't believe, my favorite line of it is I don't know, he's like, what it means to be, excuse me, but he's like power, I don't know, he used the word Negro, and then he threw in, Malcolm X, he used that word a lot, and I was like, bro, you definitely did not read that book. Because that's something I would say in a book report that I didn't read. He'd be like, oh yeah, they said that word a lot. He really likes that word.
Yeah, he said that word a lot. Is a terrible sentence. It's a surefire way to know that you did not read the book at all. You for sure did not read the book.
That's when you're trying to throw out as many obscure facts as you can to make it seem like you did.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't find that quote, but I found another Kyrie Tyronn Lue thing. Ready for this?
Okay.
Tyronn Lue told Kyrie, Kai, I want you to play a little faster. Kyrie goes, why? And Ty Lue's like, because we play faster, we get shots off easier. And Kyrie goes, I don't need to play faster to get my shot off. I can do that anytime. And Ty Lue's like, I'm not talking about your shot. I'm talking about, RJ and JR.
Mm-hmm.
And then apparently Kyrie goes, well, that's number 23's job.
No. He threw that on the King's responsibility.
Yes. But look at this. So apparently, in hindsight, he told Jackie McMullen that at the time we had probably lost a few games, and Lou was coming up to me and saying we got to play fast, and I probably wasn't willing to accept that at that time. So maybe I like a do-over on that. See, he got to think it's his idea.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Believe that's his idea, because if he doesn't, then he's gonna reject it because he didn't come up with it himself.
Yes.
He's
in order to coach Kyrie, you definitely have to do, old FBI, CIA back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, when they were doing those brainwashing studies and techniques. Whatever they did on Charles Manson is how you have to coach Kyrie.
That's what you gotta do with Kyrie.
Make it seem like it's his idea.
It adds up. Like I feel like you got to go to Kyrie and be like, you know what? You got to like take accountability for something you didn't even do wrong, and then tell
Yes.
him you do better, and then he'll be like, I think I could help you with that, and then suddenly he'll just be like, I'm playing faster now to help you. It's like, thank
Yeah.
you, Kyrie, you're helping me.
Or just tell him the opposite of what you want him to do.
That's a
So just
fact,
like,
though.
Kyrie, whatever you do not move fast. Do not make sure these guys get their
Facts.
shots off fast. And then he'll be like, what? That doesn't even make any sense. This coach is stupid. He doesn't know what he's talking about. And so he's going to make sure they get the
Yeah.
quick shots off.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got one question for you that I want to ask you. As a KD stan, how or I don't know if you're still. I think you're like a former. You're like in the middle with the KD thing.
I
I
am.
feel like you got tired of him lately. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much blame is he getting for this? Because he's an enabler.
He is. But I like the approach he's taken so far, where he's like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Don't ask me about that. I love the ignorance. I love the ignorance he's playing, the ignorance card.
He really is like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. And that's your man, though. But like, I don't know. You gotta figure that out again.
And the thing is,
what's with the we're gonna be friends regardless move, it's over, bro.
Yes. But this is like the role KD was built for. If anybody can do this, it's KD, who can just play it off and just, shuck off the responsibilities. KD can do that.
This is really facts, though.
Yes.
Like, KD was definitely built for that.
Yeah, dude. It's a match made in hell. I mean, heaven, or I don't know where the hell it was made, but it's a match that was made somewhere by somebody.
Somebody said it, yeah. I don't know who, but somebody made it. And good God, man.
Yeah. So with looking like KD Kyrie duo back, will the Nets? Do you even see the Nets finishing in the top 3 in the East next year?
Top 3. Who was top 3 this year?
You had the Heat, Bucks, Celtics.
Ugh.
I believe.
I mean, if there's a chance of one of them falling off, it'd probably be Miami. I'm not putting them in top 3. I say they can finish 4th, maybe. Because I mean, Kyrie might plan the playoff season, but like, given his history, there's a good chance he's gonna miss some time, right? Like,
for sure.
I can see them maybe 4 or 5 in that range.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think who's gonna make the jump in the East.
Well, really, if Philly gets PJ Tucker, that's a problem.
You think so? You think PJ Tucker will be that? I don't know, great of an addition for them?
Joel Embiid told me they need a tough guy like PJ Tucker. So I'm assuming they get PJ Tucker, and all of a sudden they're a top 3 team. They're like a top 4 team in the East. That's what I'm assuming.
Maybe. And then 2, you've got another year under Tyrese Maxey's belt.
Right.
Yeah, I don't really know what you're doing with the eyeball. Do what?
Maybe Harden's hamstring is finally healed.
Maybe. That's going to be the biggest factor right there, determining their success, is Harden's health and whether he's going to be in shape or not.
Yeah.
Harden cannot, this is the year he cannot go into training camp for conditioning.
No.
But he's going to do it anyways.
I know. He's ever ready to go. He's ever ready to go from the jump. And I think seeing him kind of plan on opting out and I guess taking less money says that he's kind of, he's good. He wants to win.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, I respect that. I definitely respect that. So I kind of expected a different type of James Harden to come in this year. I don't know why, but I can kind of see that happening.
Yeah.
Oh, can we hit Bradley Beal real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Get the money, bro. I don't blame you. I ain't mad at you. Get the bread.
I don't even know what's his deal. Does he have an option with the Wizards?
He's opting out and then opting in, and they're going to get Supermax, basically.
With the Wizards?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, good for him. I don't necessarily know, the plan is for Washington after they sign him to Supermax, but I know one thing. You know I won't be hearing complaints from? Bradley Beal.
Yeah, no, for sure. This guy said, you know what? Why chase a ring? People will go all their careers chasing rings.
Bro,
I'm going to win in my bank account.
Bro, he'll be 33 when the contract's up. He can go chase a ring then. 33 is a decent age in this NBA.
That is true. I thought he was older than that.
It seems like
28.
he's been in there forever.
He had
Wow.
it right. These guys come in at 19, and it feels like they're just old. But yeah,
Exactly.
28. He'll be 33. Chase ring then.
Yeah, I would love to have Bradley Beal in Atlanta though.
I mean, Bill Simmons said that, and Russillo was like, "But what about the defense? Like, I mean, you're already bad defense. Just double down." Like, you know what?
Exactly.
Not mad
I
at
mean,
it.
who's
Really not.
stopping that? Who's stopping that?
Honestly,
That's
like,
hard
and
to stop.
I think he needs to be a secondary scorer anyway.
Who, Beal?
Yeah, I don't think he's the number one.
Yeah.
He's honestly, I barely see him as a two, but it's fine.
I
He can
think
be a
he's for
two. He can be a two.
sure
Have a
too.
high, I think the fit's got to be perfect. Like if he was the number two in Miami, I think it'd be kind of perfect. Atlanta, I think it'll be better, but I don't think they'll be I don't know if they can be a champion, but I think it'll be better. You know what I'm saying? Because Trey needs help.
Yeah.
Trey needs help.
Yeah. Before we end this, yeah, Trey needs help for sure. Yeah, I'm interested. I'm sure Atlanta's still going to make a move somewhere in this offseason. I don't know. There's a lot of speculation. Those trade machines memes.
Yeah.
Do what?
I expect the Hawks to look very different next year.
You do?
I do. I think I feel like Okongwu's going to be starting center. Collins is going to be somewhere else. I think the roster look real different next year.
Yeah. Collins and Capella are the two main guys they're shopping, trying to see what they can get. Yeah, I do like Okongwu being at center, especially playing small ball. He's just got to develop a little bit more, but he's really young. Where is Mikal Bridges going?
I think Detroit's gonna make a run at him, from what I heard. I'm not sure. The Knicks will probably get in on that because they got money.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think those are the main.
Yeah.
The
So
Charlotte
he's going to test.
he's
a free agent?
He's a restricted free agent, but I don't think Charlotte's expecting to re-sign him because they have a cheap owner.
Yeah. And he already gave the cryptic Twitter message. He's gone.
Yeah. Hey, yo, I feel bad for people in charge of following these athletes' Twitter accounts to see who they remove and add to their profile.
What a draining job.
Honestly, bro. And I feel like every time they report on that, they have to just lose a piece of their soul. Like, gosh, I went through journalism school for this to follow what this 20-year-old follows on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's what I went to journalism school. That's what I went to school for. That's what I studied for, to do this. I would hate it. Oh my God, I feel bad for those people.
Yeah, that's definitely, every time that happens, you just take a quick look back on your life and just reflect on all the choices you made in the past and wonder how to get here.
You just think about going back to being an accountant. That's what you think about. Just go and take a real secure basic job. Just go be an accountant.
Or
always
even
in need, always an important job. Just go do that.
Yeah. Or maybe I can become a TikTok star or something. I don't know. It's got to be better than this.
Anything, bro. For real. But no, I think Mikal to Detroit has been the biggest rumor I've seen.
Okay.
It looks like is the ATL dream still happening, or is it kind of dead? Because I haven't heard their name a lot.
Yeah, that is true. I don't know. I'm gonna do some research on that.
Yeah, I haven't heard them come up a lot in the DeAndre Ayton sweepstakes, and I'm interested as to why.
Same. I did see one of the trade machine rumor things. I hated it, but it made sense. But there was a 3-way deal somebody had drawn up, and it had us getting Ben Simmons. And we would be getting rid of is Clint Capella.
I mean, honestly, if Ben Simmons is gonna play basketball, he's a great fit in Atlanta.
Yeah, for defense,
he genuinely
for sure.
is. Yeah. Defense,
but
secondary playmaking, Trey can do some more off-ball stuff. Like, he's a very good fit in Atlanta if he, plays basketball ever again.
Yeah,
Because that's the real
for
question.
sure. Yeah.
It's the main question we got about him. But yeah, I don't hate that. I mean, I said that last year too when he was on the market. Like,
Yeah,
kind of a
I
good
feel like
fit.
that'd be interesting though, because I feel like Trey would bully him.
I mean, yeah. We got. I mean, we still got to figure out if Trey's likable. Because I'm not sure.
I don't know either. I don't know.
Because apparently, I think I was to the Ringer and they were basically saying John Collins' people are basically like, yes, get me out of Atlanta. Like, he wants out. Like, he wants out.
Yeah, yeah,
And there were rumors between Trey and friction like 2 years ago, and that got quieted because they made the conference finals. But it's like, I don't know. It was a little shaky.
yeah, exactly. I mean, the blood has been hot between the two ever since Lloyd Pierce was coach. I
Right.
mean, that was the
Right.
main thing. It was those three going at it when
Yeah,
he's
for
talking
sure.
about schematics and everything.
Right.
So yeah, and I'm pretty sure Nate McMillan, he's not the offensive genius. So it's hard to scheme. I don't know. It's hard for him to scheme around those guys.
Yeah,
I would
for
hate
sure.
to see Collins go, but I get it. I totally get it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you got to keep one, you kind of do have to keep Trey because you kind of want to.
for
You need
sure.
somebody. You need somebody who can get their own basket offensively, and Collins still has to rely on others. And he's not enough defensively to where it's like, oh no, we can't. We have to make a tough decision here. Nah, you can kind of just move on from him.
Yeah. And
You
two,
definitely can.
Collins injury prone a little bit as well.
Right. Yeah, it's a better keeping Trey is a better fit. It's difficult with Trey because you have to build such a perfect team around him because of his size, but it's also like I'm not giving away offensive talent. That I'm not giving away offensive talent on offense like that
Oh yeah, for
for
sure.
nothing.
For sure.
I'm sad because KD kind of would have been perfect for y'all had the Kyrie thing blown up.
Bro, it would have. It would
He
have.
would have fit right in.
I feel like Tony would have shelled some money out for him too.
Oh yeah. Tony's if the time comes to spend, Tony's gonna spend.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I fully believe that. Tony will go into the tax if he needs to.
I'm just so
That's what he
I'm
said.
so happy about that. I'm so happy.
Yeah, it's way past due for Atlanta, honestly.
It is.
Way
It
past
really
due.
is.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, Mikal Bridges wouldn't be bad in Atlanta either. I know you have to move things around, but
Yeah.
a rim runner like that would be pretty solid.
Yeah.
And he gets to stay close to home, go close to Charlotte.
Yeah.
What's LaMelo gonna do? Like, what are they doing? Why are they not? Oh, I don't want to get on Charlotte. I'm sorry. I don't want to get on
Yeah.
Charlotte.
Who they end up hiring?
Steve Clifford back. They brought
Oh,
Steve
that's
Clifford
right.
back.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man. Been a while. How
Desperado.
you been?
Yep. I
Oh,
mean,
for
like
real.
like that's already been addressed. I knew the Hornets were completely lost when I saw they were bringing Mike D'Antoni back for more interviews after Kenny Atkinson said never mind.
Yo,
I was
they
like,
rejected that dude. They rejected D'Antoni twice. I'd be pissed.
I know.
Don't bring me back after your first choice left and then not hire me again, bro.
You made this 71-year-old man hop on airplanes to come take meetings for
Real.
nothing.
For real. He gotta go back and be is he Doc's assistant? Is he in Philly?
I didn't even know D'Antoni was still coaching.
I feel like I know he was national assistant 1 year. That first year he was national assistant. I feel like he's in Philly, bro.
I'm Googling it now.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
The Italian American.
He's a coaching advisor for the Pelicans, so he's not really in coaching.
Okay.
But
see, that's what I thought. I didn't think I've seen
Okay.
him on a bench anywhere.
All right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Still great looking for 71 years old.
He really is. Like the Pringles
Yeah.
can has never looked sharper.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yo, do you know Kellogg's owns Pringles? I just learned this like last week.
Bro, when it comes to snacks, there's about like 3 companies, I think.
Yeah,
I think there's like Kellogg's, Nabisco, and something else.
Yeah, Kellogg's is breaking off all their all the things they own in 3 separate brands now, apparently.
Oh,
And
really?
that's how I learned they own Pringles. Yeah. They're putting like all their snacks under this the global snack company, and their cereals are in another company, and then they're like plant-based products are another company.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. That's just stock facts.
The more you know.
The more you know.
I think we'll end it on that.
Yeah, you're right there.